everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the mid-November reading for the sign of Taurus. And of course today is the full moon in the sign of Taurus. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. We're going to pull out a simplified Celtic spread for you just to have a quick update into your love life, Taurus, all right? This could be for any Taurus, single or Taurus that is involved, a Taurus that is with their soulmate or that isn't necessarily looking for love or why. But this is going to be around the area of your love life, all right, guys? So now just take what resonates with you and disregard the rest. And let's get right into it. Straight out the gate, we have 5 of Swords. Ooh. Covered by 7 of Pentacles. In your focus, conscious mind, you have a 4 of Pentacles. And in the back of your mind, you have a 5 of Pentacles. Wow, Taurus. You come into this period with a 10 of Cups, but you exit this period with your card. This is your card, Hierophant. It's the tarot card for Taurus. At the bottom of the deck, we have Justice. And so equality. Wanting to bring back equality or fairness to a situation. There's a situation that feels like it's not fair. It's out of balance. All right, Taurus. Let's get right into it, okay? And I do say that this November period is a period of clearing out obstacles and getting rid of toxic situations, environments, or people. And it will be some growing pains, but there's promises to be a lot of abundance coming in December. At the heart of your reading, you have a 5 of Swords, Taurus, and you have just decided to throw your hands up with someone. You can't communicate with them at all. This person is 5 of Swords energy. You know, you're covered with a 7 of Pentacles, which is all about you really doubling down on reevaluating where you're at, you know, reevaluating exactly, you know, what you should or shouldn't be putting up with based on your own situation. I'm going to get right back into it, but let's start with that 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is the card for defeat. But in this way, we acknowledge or we concede defeat in 5 of Swords because the person we're dealing with is so underhanded. They're so toxic the way they interact with you. Everything is really kind of, you know, they're not fair. They don't play fairly. And in order to beat this person, you would have to lower yourself to their level. And you're just not willing to do that, Taurus. So in this way, 5 of Swords is the card for defeat because oftentimes you just throw your hands up and you're just like, okay, you win. You know, you win. I can't be bothered to carry on with this bullshit anymore. If winning is so important to you that you're willing to do all of these things to have it, then you win. And you're covered with a 7 of Pentacles because it really makes you feel like you need to, you know, you're feeling very much like reevaluating. Hang on a second. Why am I wasting my time on this? I have so many other things that I need to be doing. I have rewards beginning to come in for a lot of hard work that I've done. You know, and you're starting to contemplate, you know, the things that are coming into your life, Taurus, because your life, apart from this connection, is doing very well. Right, Taurus? You're about to come into a nice sort of amount of blessings, etc., right? So you're kind of looking back and reevaluating. You're saying, hang on a second, you know, like I have all of this other stuff going on. I still have all of this, like this garden that I'm tilling. I still have this goal and this objective. And, you know, I'm not prepared to spend any more energy on this because this is just like not worth it. You know, really not worth it. Now, I'm going to say for some of you, it could just be that you're pissed off with your lover. It may not be an actual breakup, but it could be that you're just sick of dealing with them. And so you're pulling back and you're going to spend more time in your sort of career, your finances, your work, reevaluating your own path with regard to you instead of dealing with them and forcing this issue here with them. Because this person has to win at all costs, and it's just exhausting for you. Now, Taurus, you come in focused on money. You start this middle November period off with a 4 of Pentacles. You're very worried about money. and you are right now in this period, you just feel like your finances maybe even a little threatened, or your stability is a little threatened, right? Some of you may be still kind of on a path of trying to manifest something with regard to your career and your business, and you're still in that stage of not having enough finances, or not having that sort of cash flow that you'd like to have. And so there's a lot of anxiety right now. You're holding on, you know what I mean? You're holding on, and you're hoping that you can weather this sort of threat to your money, right? Or this lean period, I'm going to say. This is really much more to do with anxiety and worrying of whether or not your financial area will become stabilized. In the back of your mind, you have a Five of Pentacles, and you're really worried about a separation, I think, that you think is going to make it even more difficult. I think for some of you, Taurus, it could very well be that this lover, who you really can't stand talking to anymore because they're so sort of childish in a lot of ways, right now it could be that you're living with them, right? It could be that in some way they are helping you to survive, or they may be paying some of your bills, helping you with some of your bills, or they may be helping you through this lean period. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking about the fact that, if you completely split from them, this is going to be a Five of Pentacles moment, in the sense that you're going to not have the same support that you had. You're not going to have the same financial support that you had if you break up with this person. I think for some of you, Taurus, you're dealing with somebody who's helping you out financially right now, or helping you through a lean period right now, but you're kind of putting up with them because of that. And you really don't want to do that. You're right. You don't want to do that. It's not that you're a gold digger, because Taurus, it really isn't, you kind of are hard workers yourselves. You get your own, you know what I mean? But I feel very much like it's just a case of, and I don't feel like you purposely are with this person for their money, but I just think it's a case of that you may have intertwined yourself with them, your life with them, and come to depend on them to a certain degree. And as a result of that, you are worried about them possibly cutting you off if you leave them. This Five of Pentacles seems to indicate that if you were to carry through with your power struggle here, because this is a 5 and this is a 5, and interestingly enough, Hierophant is also the 5 major arcana. So you have a lot of power struggle going on in your relationship right now, right? But if you press this power struggle, or if you don't get over this power struggle with your lover, if you guys don't find a way to communicate, the implication is that it is going to spread, and you guys into this sort of energy in which you guys break up, and then you find yourself destitute. And not necessarily destitute, Taurus, but you may have to move out. They may move out. All of a sudden, this, you know what I mean? Something about this union financially is supportive. And if you break up, then there will be also a financial impact on you. And that is being brought into sharp sort of focus because of this interaction. It's almost as if things were going really great and you had this breakdown in communication, and this breakdown in communication really opens your eyes up to where you really are, which is like, that's not a good place to be, right? A place where if anything were to happen between you and your lover, and you guys were to break up or something, that this would impact you so strongly financially. And so I think in a lot of ways, this is probably a very good wake-up call, Taurus, to ensure that you bring back balance. This is why justice is here, I believe. To remind us to make sure you maintain balance in a relationship, so that when the shit hits the fan, your whole life is not ruined. And I think that a lot of, excuse me, I do apologize for my voice. I have been doing a lot of readings these last few days, and I know my voice sounds like shit on toast. So I'm really, really apologetic about that, but I'm going to persevere through. But what I was saying here is that it almost seems to indicate that this little strife, this little power struggle that you've had with your lover, right, has just highlighted an imbalance in a relationship that really needs to be redressed, because you don't want to be at anybody's sort of mercy in a way, and you don't want to depend on anybody in such a way so that you can't be free to leave or to allow the relationship to break down if it has to, right? This is just an added sort of then pressure to maintain a relationship sometimes when it shouldn't be maintained, right? All right, I'm going to pull some clarifiers, Taurus, just to see if we can get a little bit deeper understanding. We got Hierophant first out. There you go. It really is about commitment. 2 of Wands comes out. Princess of Swords and 9 of Cups. Okay, so bottom of the deck, it's the 2 of Cups. You really love this person. This is the lover. This is somebody you really love, you really care for. And it is a good union. And I think that this is just a little hump right now that you really need to get over. And let's get into why. Again, 4 of Pentacles is covered by the Hierophant. So, you know, you are really walking a path that has caused you to not have the best stability financially, right? And it has been a really kind of idealistic path, I want to say. The Hierophant does really talk about following your spiritual center, following your code, following your heart, and remaining committed to a goal or a way of life. This could be considered a card for Dharma as well. Having commitment to your spiritual center, and so that in all things, this is what's considered, right? The Hierophant oftentimes can also indicate a teacher coming in, but I don't see that here. In any case, it's this feeling I feel, Taurus, which is why although you are feeling financially a little bit strained right now, a little bit of pressure, what you're trying to accomplish, you are absolutely committed to. And, you know, this is, and let me be clear, this 4 of Pentacles is as a result of you trying to do something with your career or your finances. This could be a career move or a creative business move, but this, whatever this move is, it is something that you are absolutely committed to, and the road has been difficult, and the road has impacted your financial stability. Yet you remain committed to it because you know it's going to come out and work out. And I do believe it's going to work out for you, Taurus, because all the indications are that blessings and rewards are definitely coming in for you in these coming months. Now, behind the scenes, the 5 of Pentacles is covered by the 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands really kind of can indicate a feeling of wanting to push forward, right? The 2 of Wands is Mars and Aries energy. And this feeling of, you know, possibly being alienated, possibly having your finances even further threatened is really covered by a feeling now of wanting to push forward. Right? Now that this has been highlighted for you, Taurus, I want to say that for some of you, the path that you're on, right, in a particular area of business, career, finances, that area of your life where you're trying to make money, you're trying to manifest something, that path in your life, you are going to really even double down and attack it head on and really go for it, because I think the fact that being in a relationship and it possibly not working out, having such an impact on your finances, is really a problem for you. You don't like that feeling. You don't want to feel like you have to deal with somebody because of money or because you don't have enough money to walk away. You really don't like that feeling. And it doesn't even mean so much the money to walk away. It just means sometimes if your finances are out of whack with somebody you're dealing with, they have much more money than you know, and you're kind of stuck being forced for them to pay in a way, your way, to keep up with their lifestyle in order for you to begin to be together, that eventually impacts the relationship. Because neither one of you are coming completely from a free point of view of just doing something because you want to do it. There is inherently in this sort of dynamic of it begins to be a feeling of somebody paying for your company, paying for your time, somebody being owed something. It's just complicated, messy energy that can be brought into relationships that can happen when two people are together and their financial status isn't really in sync. And so this is a real bothersome problem for you. And I think more than anything, what comes out of all of this is your renewed desire to fix this, to attack this. If you do get back together, or you get over this hump with your person and you carry on with your commitment, which I do see happening here, it's going to be very much from a point of, from a position where you are going to be really working on your career even more, even harder, really working on establishing independence. Now, the Ten of Cups is covered by the Princess of Swords, and this is talking about overcoming misunderstandings. Princess of Swords is the same as the Page of Swords, and this is like coming in with a little bit of new thinking, new communication, being open and receptive, and really working hard to fight through miscommunication, right? Princess of Swords talks about having a straightforward and honest exchange, right? Being honest with each other and not allowing miscommunication to get in the way. Because Princess of Swords is the first rung of the Swords court cards, right? And Swords being communication and air. This first rung oftentimes is about overcoming the first hurdles to proper communication, or whatever the essence of the suit is. Here the essence of the suit is swords and communication. So the first hurdle is learning how to sort of like learning how to sort of cut through the bullshit, right? Learning to not allow kind of petty misunderstandings get in the way of a true dialogue, and being willing and open to sort of hearing each other out. And this is what is called for right now in terms of this Ten of Cups energy. Where you were at before, it could very well be that where you were at before, you were very happy because, the energy was like that. It was Prince of Swords energy with your person. You were able to speak to each other. You were healthy, functional communication going on, right? Not allowing misunderstandings to get in the way. And this is one of the reasons that you had such a nice energy coming in. However, you kind of like hit this roadblock, Five of Swords. And again, I want to say this was probably some kind of conversation or something you said to them that pissed them off, or they pissed you off, or something just got petty and out of control. However, again, you round off the month with that Hierophant, but it is clarified by the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups talks about happiness and bliss. And it just feels like through all of this, there's a lot of misunderstandings that get cleared up eventually. It starts off rocky, and it starts off maybe possibly you guys not even speaking for a few days or for a few weeks, or not being around each other. The argument could have been very big. You could have indeed actually even moved out, right? But nevertheless, it seems to be as though this comes back into a happy state, a recommitted state, a commitment to happiness. And you guys get over it, and justice certainly comes in for balance. All right, guys, this is your reading, my lovely Taurus, for this mid-November period. This is a reading for a Taurus who's with a really nice soulmate connection, a really nice lovers unity, right? Union, excuse me. Two of Cups really talks about union, and this is a connection with somebody where you guys really have a strong rapport with each other and understanding, and generally you are very much in balance, but something has happened in your communication, and it really highlights a bigger problem that you tackle. Nevertheless, you get over it, and a lot of you get back on track with your lover. All right? If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. Go ahead and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of all my videos. Check in the top of the description box for links to your 11/11 snapshot into your soulmate connection, your full moon reading for today, November 12th, Taurus, and your monthly reading and weekly readings. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye, Taurus.